he overlapped with our next speaker a little bit. You see the sign arrogance, and I was arrogant before I got here. I don't know about any of the other Wolverine fans. We are the leaders and the best. It's not just words to the fight song. Because we are, we've always been a target, and we will remain a target because we are the leaders and best. We do not print up T-shirts when someone upsets one of our rivals. We don't do that. And Rick also played baseball. And I remember, well, back in those days, the baseball team would play 7-inning doubleheaders. And Purdue and Illinois were travel partners. Or when we played one, we'd play one Saturday and then one Sunday. So I was making a road trip. I think actually one of my fraternity brothers stole his roommate's new car, and we drove down for the games. And after the first 2 years of beating Ohio State, well, the freshman year we went to the Orange Bowl and lost in the Rose Bowl the second year. So when Rick would bat with these small crowds, maybe about how many people are here, and he would come up and it'd be ball one and it would be Rose Bowl, Rose Bowl, Rose Bowl. Next pitch, strike one. Orange Bowl, Orange Bowl, Orange Bowl. So as the leader for 4 years of the team, with the target on his back, and I'm here to say that in my lifetime, no Wolverine has taken more abuse for being a Michigan man. So I'm asking everybody right now to stand up. If you've ever sung to the victors, if you've ever cheered in Ohio State lost to Michigan, please stand up. I'm not going on until you do. Stand up, put your heads together, and give it up for number 7 in your program, number 1 in your hearts, Rick the Pete, please.
Wow. Let's make one thing clear. He definitely went through U of M in the 70s. But I can't tell you how proud and happy I am to be here tonight. And for the last week, knowing that this was in front of me on the opening week of our football season, man, I had all these thoughts going through my head of all these wonderful things that I saw with my own 2 eyes since last football season ended. Many of you know that I was invited last year at the U of M bust to get up and speak and to represent the 1978 Big Ten championship football team, which was very dear and special to me. It was my senior year. And also, with my exuberance in the way I feel about this university and how I take it personally when people attack us and throw out bullshit on the front page that has no backing or facts to them. I take that personally. I want everybody to know that. And so I went from this week of looking forward to this. On Saturday, I was out at the polo fields with 12 former Michigan players. And one of them was a coach, Jerry Hanlon. Most of you know who he is. And we had a wonderful time. And we had 3 groups, and we played and told a lot of lies. We all get a lot better as we get older. No question. But at the end, we had 12 guys sitting together talking about what happened last year and some of the things that we felt led to that. But at Michigan, we don't make excuses and cry about stuff that's gone. We suck it up and we learn from our mistakes. We work our butt off and we work hard. And we come back to rectify what happened to us last year. And when I see some of these things happen, like I said, this was on Saturday, and we left there feeling great. And I told about half of them, I can't wait till Monday to tell them what I see and what I feel and how proud I am of our coach, his staff, and the kids that are playing for us. Now, because trust me, many of you heard me speak, and I said, we all took a kick in the gut. It was hard and it was painful because a lot of us didn't expect that, including myself. But I'm around this program enough at practice, talk with coaches, and sometimes they let me watch film with them because they know where my heart is and what this program means to me. And I'll never forget that, by the way. And why I think about it before I go too far. I told my boys I wouldn't get too wound up. But sometimes people ask about my enthusiasm and passion. Well, Kurt did it, but I want to tell you something. This all started for me because of him. He's the one that first came to Michigan and played on a national championship baseball team. And along the way, he's met many of you and developed friendships that he passed on to me. He gave his heart and soul for this university, and he's done many things because he loves Michigan. He's also been awarded the Bob Ufer Award and the Distinguished Alumni Award here at Michigan. And I love him to death, and I blame him for what I'm about to do. But I'd like to introduce once more my dad, Dick Leach. And to go along with that I was going to say there's 4 reasons why I love this university and so passionate about it. And not only that he passed on to me, and I always hoped and prayed that someday I could pass that to my sons. All 3 of them are here tonight. My oldest one had an outstanding career and was a great student. And when he finished, he had some opportunities. And to be honest, the best one was to go to Albion at the time. And I wanted him to do that because I loved watching him play athletics. And when it was all said and done, he came to me one day, and then he got the letter. And we talked about it. And he said, "Dad, I understand what you're saying, but I want my degree from Michigan, and that's where I'm going." My son, Michael. My other 2, my middle one just left here, graduated in May. God bless him, because he scared me. He was a lot like his daddy. They had to reel him in, boy. But I tell you what, just like this program and what's about to happen with our coach and football team, some people thought he didn't have what it took to come to Michigan. And he and I talked, and I said, son, I promise you, you put your mind to it, and you work hard. Don't let the free press time your hours that you put in. Because you put in enough, you can do it. God bless you, man. He just graduated this May. And my third one, I don't know, Shelly Kovacs, she's in the kinesiology department, sports marketing. He just finished his freshman year and getting ready to go into a sophomore. Now you got to understand, when I bring these guys to the practice field, they were here a week ago, Wednesday, maybe less than a week ago. You know, they start messing with their dad, man. I'm out there trying to watch this and that, see who's doing what. And they said, Dad, you're not ready, man. This game week. And they start banging me from behind. So I got news for you, boys. It's game week. Don't be bumping me this week. So I got that out of the way. So back, I'm sorry. But I wanted that done because that's where my love and that's where my passion and sometimes that's where my anger when we're attacked without cause. The last 2 days have been hell for me. I was so excited to come here tonight. And when I picked up that paper, I was crushed. And then I was angered. And then I wanted to do something. And many people talked me out of it. But let me say this. I talked to our coach. I talked to Mike Barwis. I talked to our compliance people. And I talked to people in the athletic department. And I'm not saying, because my whole thing is, and now I felt a lot better, because what I say to you, I'd say to anybody out there. But you know what? Let the Big Ten come in here. Let the NCAA come in here. And then I can hope I can put all your bullshit to rest. And if you find something, if you do, I stand on my reputation and this school's reputation that is a minor garbage baloney. Not if you want to go look at the other, you want to come after us, go after the other schools the same way, and we'll see how it flushes. Okay? I want it clear, and I want it real clear. I love our coach. I think the world of him. I think he's feisty. I think he's competitive. I think he's got a burning desire to lead us that will make us all proud. I've spent a lot of time with him, in and out of the office. And I love what he brings to the table. I love what his staff brings to the table. I've watched practices and been around the kids. And because of my support, a lot of the kids talk to me. And it's a blessing for me because it keeps me here where I love to be. And after what they went through, and trust me, nobody except that coaching staff and the kids, as painful as it was for a lot of us, nobody lived it every day like they have. But you know what? Like true Michigan men, they didn't complain, they just went to work. They kept their mouth shut. They liked working with Mike Barwis no matter what these idiots say. They love being pushed because, as Sam said, this is Michigan. We are the leaders and best, and we will prove that this year and going forward year after year. Trust me. And my only thing that I will finish with is that, you know, these kids have come a long way. I had 1,000 things going through my head that I wanted to hit on. And I had people that I have a lot of respect for that pulled my reins in. And that's a fact. Because there's a lot of things I'd like to say. I will share one thing about this, because I want this out. You know, for something to happen in this article, that still had to come from some people within. I want it clear. I get a lot of calls and a lot of feedback that feel about our coach and the things in this program the same way. But make no mistake, and I share that publicly because you know how I feel. There's a lot of former players, and I think others, that never wanted him here and still don't want him here. And that's why some of this shit happens. That's a fact. And I can live with that because we all have different feelings. But I'm telling you, as Michigan people, if you let these guys know how we feel, I can't wait for Saturday. And I hope that stadium, that revamped, beautiful Taj Mahal, that we love to go. And I tell you what, it's just like Rodriguez told his kids. Guess what? There's only one way in and one way out. And we're going back to the old way where people, when they come down there, they fear your ass. So I can go on. What I love. Keep going, Rick. But I tell you what, and I want to make one thing. I talked to our coach, and I talked to his wife yesterday. Make no mistake, that cut that family to the core, and it was difficult. And I feel bad as a Michigan man that knows him the way that I do. And it's like he told me at one point, all I've tried to do is to coach my rear end off, to make the changes in the program that he thought needed to be made, and then to make all of you fans, players, everybody that loves Michigan, to get it back to where we all like it to be. And in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, from the time he got here, due to various things that have gone on, he's been attacked more than any man I can remember in a long time as a head coach of a major university. But that's okay. Because you know what? It's like he's told it and he said it publicly. This is a big boy league, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can't take the heat, you shouldn't be here. And I asked him at one point yesterday, how's that heat now, coach? But you know what? He can handle it. He can handle it. Because he had to go in front of his kids. He had to go in front of 2 freshmen yesterday that came into his office, that got set up by the Detroit Free Press. Those kids didn't know what was going on. They got asked a question, and those kids tried to tell them in their exuberance, man, we're working hard, we're working butt off, we're putting in a lot of time because we want to get this turned around. And they took those kids' words and twisted it in that flipping article to make it look bad. And they were in Rich Rodriguez's office with tears in their eyes and said, Coach, what do we do? What happened? And he told them nothing happened. You just do what you do and keep playing the way you play. And that's sad. That's real sad. I played in Michigan in the old school, and I consider myself an old school kind of guy. We didn't count. You know, God bless the NCAA for these rules and things they do to help kids. Trust me, I believe in all that. But when my coach stands in front of the podium today, and by the way, I was here at 11 o'clock because I wanted him to know I'm right with you 100%. That's why they gave me this thing that they gave the whole team in the coaching staff. It says all in for Michigan. And I wear it very proudly because I want all those people to know I'm always here and I'll never leave. Thank you.